Well, hello everyone, welcome back. Rollo here, and we're out in the wilds in our Jurassic Park San Diego. Yes, that's our first massive build. Been playing around, you'll be able to see some burnt grass down there. You can see like a circle going around there. Yeah, so we're now going to show you and do some prep really. Do some prep on this ground because we got the sea and the ocean over there. We got the sea and the ocean over on that side. This is where I said I wanted to basically have the edge of any circular area. However, when I've looked at the measurements, the problem you've got is that the measurement of the park should be full from this point here. 4,000 blocks. Well, you can't even see past so many. So I'm going to show you some of the measurements. What I'm going to do is the measurements on the diagram I showed you in the last episode are pretty big, and it's too big. And funny enough, we're going to do some different measurements. We're going to use 1/10 scale as I'll show you how it works. Right, let's just click back into this, and we're going to use in World Edit just to set it up. I'm not going to do any leveling of land yet. I'm going to use this here, and we're going to use a command called the // H cylinder. So we're going to do a cylinder, just a SCYL. We're going to pick the items, which is sponge, which is 19. We're going to hit our first circle at 50, and then we're going to do it 5 high. If I press enter, there you go, 1,400 blocks have been created. So that is exactly 100 across from side to side. So it's pretty big cylinder, as you can see, and the idea is if you do it like this, you can gauge at what level you want to take down the soil and everything, which I'm going to do with with MC Edit first, and then we will come back. Because I've left these in, it'll be fine. I'm going to just show you. So that's going to be the central arena, which is going to be 100 blocks across. Okay, I think we're quite happy with that. It may be too big. In fact, what we'll do is let's just do another one, which is // in fact, we just need to go like this, and we do 45 instead. So we're going to do an inner circle and see what that looks like. So now we should have 2 circles with a moat for 10, with them outside the moat being exactly, I think that's more going to be sound. Now you can tell that if I've got a circular build, I can actually use this command to fill and start building a massive stadium at like a fraction of the time, because there's a knack where you can, once you get the base of the stadium here, we can then place water at certain, I can do water, I can go down 10 blocks, place water, and then can actually do the stadium edge, which will create a fantastic stadium. So I think that will be our main stadium. So now after that you get higher wall, and then you get the seating area as well. So let's just put that in. We've gone to 50. So let's have a look. We could do 80. So / let's just go and find that again. Let's do this. I might change the settings. I don't know. I don't really know yet. 80, delete. Right, let's try this. So now that's probably too big as well, because that'll be too far back. If we did a stadium wall, mind you, it's a mountain, I've just realised, so that might be good because we can come in. So that might be right. So what did we do then? We did 80. So that would be the external stadium would be 80. So that's pretty good. And then we could do the grand stadium around, because the outside wall, that'll be the outer extremity of the rock, and the outside the stadium looks like a volcano. That's the whole point. This would be where the main gate is, so we're within our confounds. Right, okay. Now then, that's the actual the area of the stadium as such. What there is a T-Rex area over here, and then Brachiosaurus area over to this side, and then we have 4 areas to the south. So let's just try and use this world edit command. What I want to do is go out. The width for this area is 400 blocks. So I need to just create a circle of 200, which will give me the right and left walls of the area, and see if that's any good. So let's just try that. So we're going to go whack whack 200, in fact 200, and then we're going to use, let's use 3 instead, use block 3. Okay, so there is the look how far it goes. Now then, that gives us enough room to put in some fantastic exhibits in terms of that will allow us to put in the walkway here leading up to the area. It will allow us to put in some big exhibits with fences. Now what I've got to be very, very clever of is how I use this land, because I like the fact that I think it would be good to have exhibits that sort of are 3-dimensional, and then we can work with it like that. So that could be. Now this has got to be square wall, so I'm not going to leave these here. I just want to put some markers down which I can leave till afterwards. So what I've got to do is just put in the outer wall markers for my own benefit, and then what I can do is just set some walls up, temporary walls, before I use world edit, because I just need some markers. In fact, what I'm going to do is let's use something bright. I'm going to carry on using let's use pink for this, get rid of that, I don't need the eggs, do that, pinks. Right, so once I put the F3 on, I'll be able to know where this is. I can get rid of all the circles afterwards, which I will do, because I just need some markers. Let's just, this is the center marker, so that'll do me for MC Edit. So this will be in the MC Edit and I'll be able to see it. Always good to use wool. So that is 0, so I should be able to keep on the 1580 line and go right out to here. Yeah, 1580 line. Oh, that's the keep going, keep going. This will be the outside wall over here once we get to it. And yeah, there's 200. Right, that's the 1580 line. Now what's good about this is I can keep that in there. That goes to the coast, which is fine because there's a port over here. And then what I'm going to do is put the other marker in there, and now that, in fact that might be a slightly wider marker. I just want a marker at 200. That's the actual width of the park. It's taller that way and shorter from that direction. I'm just going to use 1/10, so if we go right out to here, so that will just give me the markers for when I come into MC Edit. I'll be able to delete stuff. This is right on the outer rim, which is fine, absolutely wonderful. Oh, I love this. 1580 again, which is good because I plan on expanding the park to include water creatures. So we've got this fantastic lake here, which just happens to be here because I did know it was here because I moved. When I found and sighted it out, I did see that this was here, so we can have a sort of water-based creature area over here. Nice lake, it is lovely. Yeah, that will absolutely be brilliant, so we can have some sort of area there. So what I'm going to do is, and I'll just show you, is I will just mark this up, and then I will come back to show you that whilst in this, if I exit the game, I will lose the opportunity to get rid of all these rings. So what I want to do is just mark it out, and then I want to come back and show you what I'm going to do in terms of the marking out. But we can actually see all this in this, which is pretty good. It's going to look pretty impressive once it's finished, and it gives us an area to expand outside the original design. So I shall be back after I've put all the markers in. So there you have it. I have marked it all out. So if I just do the slash in fact let's just do that, slash undo, I will get rid of all the outer circles, and if I do it again I'll get rid of the next one, and it's just that's that easy to do. Just get rid of it all, because what it means is I can now go into MC Edit to prep the world. In fact, what I'm going to have to do is probably I will have to lose all the detail. I'll have to add detail back into the map afterwards. Once we get that, because I've got the outer markers now, it'll be very easy for me to do the land on this. So next time you'll see me is back in MC Edit, and we'll have a crack at sorting this land out. I want to get rid of this ravine. I don't want any caves, don't want any water whatsoever. There we go. Right, so here we are in MC Edit, and you can see that this is the outer, there's the lake over there. Now funnily enough, here's the outer extremity pole here, and here is the line through the centre, and this is where the circles are. Remember where we sort of got two lots of circles, had to move it. This is the centre piece here, which is really cool. The outer extremity of the park, right at the outside wall, is right next to the lake, which just happens to be really cool because that's pretty close. The other side of the park going towards over here is right over here, so it's massive. And then the other northernmost tip of the square area, although we're not going to put walls up there. So now we've got to terraform this, and it's going to take a bit of a thing here, because I've decided that's why we came here, because of all the marsh. So what I've got to do is, if we go to this section here, which is the most extreme, and what we've got to do is have a look and see if I can, in fact, if I can do that. Let's go this way first. The easiest way to use MC Edit is just go as far the other way, and what we want to do is let's just tap that, then I can bring it out this way. We're talking a lot of blocks here. This is a massive park, and if you think about normal theme parks, what happens is they literally flatten. Remember we did circles, but I knew that once we got MC Edit going, we could literally, has that just got, there we go, that's encompassed that. If we then use the outer markers on all four sides, let's get this right, I don't want it messed up, although what I intend to do is, where's that marker here? What I intend to do with this is bring that out that way, and then bring this out this way, because as far as I'm concerned, oh, that's come a bit far. We can always come back. In fact, I've done this a bit too far, because this has now come to the edge of the known world. Oh, it's building it. Oh yeah, it's alright, the world is here. So maybe I'll take that back to there, and then we can always flatten it in the future. And then what we're going to do is come out to this side and flatten it across. Now I've decided just to flatten it. It's just going to be the easiest thing to build a massive park that we are building, is to flatten it. So let's just go down here, and you just keep dragging this box, and all I'm doing is setting the box up for a start before I go any further. And once there you go, see, so that's come back one, there we go. Now I'm not going to cut those out, because all those markers I need, and I'm going to leave that there. So what happens now is I need to now take the roof down underneath that marker. If you remember, we set the marker there. Right, now you can see what landscape we are taking out. You can see that. So I still need to go down much further, although I was thinking if I can find let's see if I can go and find a sand edge over by the beach over here. I don't want to go down more than, right, see now here we are going down too far. So let's just try and get the bottom again. There you go, look. So now that leaves one layer of sand, 2, 3, 4. Now that seems good, because that means we keep that beach. So what we're going to do is we'll take that off first, and I want to take the roof down a bit more, because I don't want to take the, oh, was that the first one over here? It's getting so close. We'll have to raise it up one more, and sadly, and is there anything over here? There is. Ooh, never mind. We have to take them all off at that level. Right. So first things first, I'm going to take all this land out. And these things MC edit is, let's just do this. So what we do is, I'm just going to delete blocks. There we go. Now it's currently, don't know how many blocks, 806 chunks we are covering, so it takes a bit of while. And that'll take out all those levels. And the best thing as well is use the Control S, which saves it afterwards. I can undo it if I don't like it, but even with this powerful, and I've got an i7 laptop here, it's still working out. It's obviously struggling to do this because it's such a big area. So they're always good. There you go, it's taken all those out. So it's always good to do Control S. And then we will save it. 26,000 blocks. We'll come back once it's now you can see as it finishes off that we have taken quite a lot out, but not everything, and it's got lakes and stuff down here, which I said I didn't want because it's quite low. It's quite like a marshland. Now I want to keep the marsh at this end, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this edge all the way back to here. I want to keep the actual square edge now, so I want it exactly right. And the best way to do that is just bring that up one. I can always take that back down, and we've got that. Oh, there we go. Take that back down one. Now we have got this square level. I suppose I really don't want, well, yeah, the beach, I'm quite happy for this now to be dirt, and it's again quite, so yeah, I really want to fill this in at and that will be the ground level for the base. So what I've got to do now is, the easiest way to do this is make it soil underneath and take it right down. So take it down, take it down, take it down. I don't want any caves underneath, so I'll show you where I'm going. Just go underground. Don't all these caves and that, I don't want it, don't need them. Just do not need them. So we're going to take it right down. Let's see how far we go down actually. And it gets rid of any lava underneath as well. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we've hit. Yeah, we need to bring it up one, just one. There we go, just above bedrock. And then I'm going to take this down. In fact, that's done, isn't it? I think that is it. I think this is exactly right. And now we're going to have soil. Because it's just easier to build on soil, and I'm quite happy that side and that side. The beach is alright, so let's just go for it. So we're just going to go and fill, just going to go fill, dirt. I'm actually going to put grass because it'll all die underneath anyway. In fact no, dirt. Let's do dirt and fill. Okay, fill. And now it's going to replace all those blocks underneath with dirt, so we don't have any mobs spawning under the world, which is going to be pretty cool. I could have put this in just a plain world, but I didn't want to because we want to go all over the place. Right, it's done. So let's just have a look underneath. Hey, it's solid up until over this point. In fact, yeah, it's all gone. It's all solid dirt. All the caves, everything else underneath this point is now gone, so that's really cool because we don't do anything else. The only thing I want to do is make the top few layers dirt. So what I'll do is fill. I'm going to put sand grass now to make it look pretty. Fill, and we'll come back once that's done. That's quite quick actually. Right, so what we're going to do is, now I've got this platform as such, we're going to do everything else in World Edit, and quite happily. We've got quite a bit to do though. It's not as easy as you might think. I've sort of made it sound easy. This is the prep, and what we'll do is now go back into Minecraft and start scoping out the big areas. Right, that's it. So you'll come here, so all we've got to do is Control S and then we're done. Yeah, so we have got to now, I want to bring the markers down from the sky to the floor, and I want to start laying out those rings properly using the stone and grass that we're going to do, and the rock. And I'll show you how we're going to do that, because we have to do sort of a layered rings to make it look like a volcano edge. So we'll back in a second for that. And there you go, we've got it. There's our grass. I mean, yes, around the edge it's got grass here, but that's quite easy to fill in. Look, I can now make it look natural over here. We came to the beach and I can actually do that, so that's really cool. This, I'm not really worried about this. In fact, what I can do is, what we'll do is I'm just going to do a bit more over here with the green, and then I will come back, and I'm just going to do bits and pieces, and we'll come back and start laying the proper thing out as such. Right, everyone, so we have now got the flat area. We're working with a flat area, so we can go down into the dirt and we can come out with the building. So let's have a look at this, and what we're going to do is we'll put those first marker walls in before we finish the video, just to show you what it's going to look like in terms of some of the areas. And we're going to go back to using World Edit again. So we started by putting the stadium ring in. I've done this by dropping down as well. Quite happy with that, sort of dropping down one, two actually, and then I'm doing the next one. So that was at 45. This one I'm using 98, so we're going to do 50, yeah, 55. That's what we're going to do, change it to 55, and that should give us the actual the ring sort of thing. Yeah, there we go. That's the sort of edge, and that will be the water. So what we're going to do is, in fact, the easy thing would be, watch this, if I just then if I then put in, if I go down, so 1, 2, so that's the water level, so that's 2, so if we go down 3, 4, 5, and all I have to do now is put the water, which I need to find out what it is. Right, so now we're going to try and put some water in. If we come down, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. So if I do this, let's do this, so // HCY, CYL, 8 is the water, 46 is the ring we want to put it on, and we want to put it on 5. 1320 blocks have been created. Oh yes, there's the water. Oh wow, it's just got most of it, look at that. Ah, right. We need to put also need to put the rocks down there as well, look, because it's all done that, so that works. So it's just a case of making the water ring go out to the outside. We're going to go and make sure, and all we have to do, this is dead easy because we know it's going to be 10, so all we have to do is keep changing it one by one. So this is 47 now, so there we go. And then we can do it again. Uh, 48. 49. There we go. And let's go and show what that looks like, and then I can come back. But that should be half the moat done. Now there will be some odd blocks because we're doing it out in concentric circles, but you imagine having to do the water for this and then dig it out. So what we're just going to do is I will put these slabs all the way down, all the way around, and then I shall come back, and then we've got the moat finished, which is pretty impressive considering how long it would take you manually. So there is the moat, but as you can see the odd block needs to be taken out, but that's quite easy to do compared with making all that water and taking it all out. The odd blocks are because of the way circles are made. Right, next one was, if I'm right, the stand goes right up to 80, so we will, that's going to be quite a high wall at the back, so we could bring that up probably 30 blocks and see how it goes. So if I just go like that, we're going to take that out to 80, so 80, and we want to use the stone bricks for one particular wall, which is 98, and we can bring it up to, we'll take it to 35 because we're down underground, and that will produce the stand. Now that might be too high. That might be too high. So what we'll do is we'll undo that. It's supposed to be a pretty high stadium, give you that, but I think we'll go, we can always make it higher afterwards. I think we will go to, because it is a fantastic stadium, that is too high. So what we'll do is slash undo, I think actually. Oh, we'll just go slash undo. There we go, undo. Now I have to go back down underneath. You always have to be standing on the block. And then what I can show you then is just before we disappear and finish this episode, let's go back to that. Let's do 25. There we go. I think that'll be a far better. That's a far better stadium. Probably end up being about 30. Yeah, that's more like the actual main stadium, with the dinosaurs have to come in from left and right. Now the way I'm going to do this is that the seating as it's such, if you can imagine it, what I need to do is that for that 50 line I need to raise it up to, probably raise it up to 10 to be honest. Trying to think, wait, let's raise that one. That was the 55 55 line, so 55. I think we'll do it to 8. 5 6 7 8 8, do it 4 blocks high. 5 6 7 8 9, do it that high. That's it, that's more like it, that's about right, isn't it? Because what I want to do is put some electrification on here, and if you think about it, the front row seats would be here, and then up in the gods would be there. Now this is going to be quite easy to do, to be honest, because all I have to do now, if you watch this, if I'm really clever with this in terms of the stadium, is that would be the front row, so I could do another row like that, and I can just keep doing concentric circles. I mean, it's 56, and there we go, and that'll be the second block exactly. I want to be able to fill it in because I don't want any mob spawning. I'm going to turn mob spawning off. In fact, what I could do is light that up. So that would be the lowest level. There we go, of the stadium as such. And then the next one, I'll do one more, and then we'll finish this episode here, because it is a traditional thing. So let's do that. I'll just do one more because I can stay here and do this all night. So 57 would be 10, so yeah, we'll do 57 is 10. We'll do 2 actually, let's do 2. 57 is 10, there we go, and we'll do 58 is 11. Now the one thing is I can't do is stairs, so let's just do this. So here is the stadium. The stadium is now going up, and it will carry on going up till I get there. So you could sit on here like in a Roman amphitheatre, and obviously these won't be here, and watch all the dinosaurs, which makes it a pretty arena. Right, okay, that is the end of this episode. I thought I'd show you how we start working. Now the other thing is, this is going to be like a volcano, so this is the inner wall. When we get to here, we can go the opposite way, e.g. If I just put this example, the outer wall, maybe you may end up and in fact what I might do is a template, but the outer wall would probably start about there, come down, and then it's just a case of layering it like so, and then on the outside we can, when we get right down to it, it's probably going to be down to here, we can layer it with soil, and then what we can do is just go around and start chipping it away, and you can see the rock behind. So it's a case of like doing the opposite to the thing to make it look like a volcano, like a buttress volcano. That's the whole point of it. So there we go. Right, thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye, and see you all next time. Please make comments to the video and press that like button for me, much appreciated, and thank you very much, and bye bye.